Okay, guys, this is Mike, and we're just going to get started here. We'll take about 15, 20 minutes here, just a quick overview of what is TrueNited. I've been around this industry for a lot of years, been financially independent in it for almost 19, I guess now, and seen a lot of things, seen a lot of great things, seen a lot of not so great things. And really, TrueNited was birthed out of this idea that why can't we just create something normal with no gimmicks, no fees to get started, no overpriced products to sell, no professional multi-level skills required. Just simply do what you're doing, buy what you buy, normal brands, normal products, and everybody gets paid like an owner from day one. So you just get paid almost like a profit sharing model. And as you see here, you'll probably see Dr. Nico. If you haven't already, really just kind of looked about who is this guy. He's one of those disruptive business minds that's Dr. Nico right there, if you're looking on the screen. And it went from 0 to 400 million now, I guess, in I think 7 years in dentistry, which is pretty interesting. But how he did is intriguing, and how and why he did it is why really TrueNited was birthed, to be honest with you. He created an incredible deal for the consumer. It's half price dentistry. So you and I, as the consumer, the patient, whatever you want to call it, gets an incredible deal, half price dentistry. But even more intriguing was how he paid his dentists. He paid them in a profit sharing model where they all got paid like owners from day one. And so he was able to do half price dentistry, yet his owners made 3 to 4 times the industry average, working less, working 3 days a week versus 5 days a week. So he wanted them to live a life versus just make a living their whole life. And so we reconnected 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago, roughly. And just said, you know what, Mike, we want to create a model where I want to do the same thing I did in dentistry just for the average person, where they'll get paid like an owner, like they own shares in Amazon, for instance, is a great analogy. When Amazon has a great year, they do well. And so there's no charge. It's a free platform. Like I said, normal brands, normal prices, and it truly is just changing where you buy your things. And at the end of the month, all the profit gets distributed out in this. It's called the Pay Plan 360, where we all share in the profit. Now, what's really intriguing about this is a lot of people have been used to networking companies and direct sales and different things. This is the only vehicle that I know of ever that there's no charge, like I said, normal prices, and pays 4 times any of the other platforms out there. And that's real, guys. Like I said, I've been around, seen a lot of businesses. I've never seen this. And what's cool about this is the reason we're able to pay 4 times more is 10,000 people can get started in a different city, and they're not even connected to you, but we still benefit because the company benefited. That's how this whole thing was put together. And so it's going to get better and better. A lot of people, like, hey, I want to get on the ground floor. Fantastic, you're on the ground floor. But really, if you understand this model, it's going to be better 20 years from now, which that's exciting, because a lot of people think in traditional models like, oh, this thing passed me by. But this is going to get better and better, guys, because the better we do, the better the new person gets connected 20 years from now, starts from that position. They get paid like an owner from day one. So let's just go through this. I think really just this is not complicated, and how to make money is not hard. And we gotta get that out of our mind, that a lot of these things like, oh, you have to be in sales and you have to be good at this and good at that. And like, no, guys, this is simply, if you can have an adult conversation and share this with people. Just go, you know what, if you want to make $500 a month, we can help. Just buy a couple things a month and share it with a couple people. It's free. If you want to make 5,000, just teach them how to do what you did. And if you may want to make 50,000 a month, just teach more people how you did. And that's just exciting to me. So let's just go through this, guys. The simplest way, I've always just looked at this as a model. What's interesting is my wife and I went to the Air Force Academy and years ago, and I was an aeronautical engineer and she was mechanical. And when I was shown just even direct sales, this concept that we can just purchase things and share it with other people and create an ongoing income where we can have 6 Saturdays and a Sunday, that I fell in love with that idea, because I was taught, go to school, get a good job, get a degree, all these things I did. And now you're going to have to do it for 40, 50 years. So when somebody introduced a concept where I could truly make more money a month than I was making a year at the time as an engineer, and it would keep going, and it only took me 2 years to do it. I just said, what's the clearest path? Because that made total sense to me. And that's exactly what we did. Now, that was a traditional model. People had to pay to get in, overpriced product, all the things that you still see today. And people are desperate, guys. They're looking for answers. There's 50,000 people a week getting started in networking companies, and they're all the same. They say they're different, but the model has to be something like this. Hey, here's why my products are so expensive, because they're the best, and all this. And the truth is that there's not a lot of truth in that. Let's just say it that way. Like, I've seen everything. This is, guys, you get paid like owners. There's profit in every company. Every company you already shop from, there's profit. Instead of the shareholders keeping it in a normal model, you keep it here. And it's pretty fascinating. So the fastest way to get from A to B, let's say you want to make $5,000 a month, I would do this. There's a thing called TrueBox. And so it's really, I just ask this all the time. Hey, if you could go create, if you knew it wasn't a gimmick, it was just normal and it was logical, could you find 2 or 3 products that are normal priced, same price they are on Amazon, if not cheaper, and that your family can use? Could you find 2 or 3 products a month if it was going to help you making $100,000 a year? Of course, the answer is yes. And so I would just, the easiest way to get from A to B is, find like Ciela Youth Serum or moisturizer or eye cream or whatever it is. Find a product here. Like I said, they're the same prices as Amazon here, if not cheaper. A Healthy Vita, it's a vitamin that's not the overpriced stuff you see in all these companies, guys. This is actually $49 for 3 different supplements a month, and it's $30 back into the profit pool. I'll explain what that is. So it's an incredible deal. Now, my wife and I and one son, we love these energy drinks. There's no sugar, no carbs, and they're cheaper than Red Bulls and Monsters, and $1 per can goes in the profit pool. That means whenever my son drinks one of these, we actually make 20 cents. And so, and the kids, I teach that. I said, hey, you know what, you millennials, could you find me one guy a month that drinks energy drinks if I paid you $100,000? I've never had anybody say, well, no, I couldn't do that. So, hey, you know what? And this is kind of what I was sharing last week. I've always looked at this logically, because I saw this kind of an idea when I was working full-time as an engineer. I was doing all my pre-med classes at night, my PChem, my biochem, and organic and everything else. And I just looked at this as a night class. I said, wait a minute, I can take a night class for 1 year, a 3-hour class, and I can go create a $100,000 a year residual income forever. I will do that. And that's exactly how I treated it. And you know what? There's millions of people now that we've taken all the gimmicks away, that if we just share this normally, they'll do it. So, hey, find 2 or 3 products that you can use from here, and they ship to you every month. It's not, you can change it, subtract it, cancel it anytime you want. There's no long-term deal required, but this is just simple. Could you find one guy a month that could use 2 or 3 products of normal price things if it was worth $100,000? Yeah. And I would just honestly ask yourself that question. I hope it haunts you when you go to bed, because it is that simple. And so that's the easiest way to get from A to B. Now, another concept which I really love is prepaids. And this is really like our internal gift card, really. So you get more points if you do this, and you're going to see more and more of these come on. This is just the first batch. But hey, you know what? If you're not ready to buy it yet, you want to just buy a quick gift card and then go use it, fantastic. And you see the points back here. It's an incredible deal, guys. And then the last option really after, and I'll go through travel a little bit, but if you go to gift cards, this is just common sense stuff. So this is after everything else. Here's what we know. The average family in the US spends $400 eating out and going to the movies every month. And if you just did that, you're going to see, I'm going to talk about Amazon and Walmart, the big guys here, but look at AMC Theaters and Applebee's restaurants, 7%. Apple Music, you see all these different things. Bass Pro Shops, Barnes & Noble, Bed Bath & Beyond, BJ's Restaurant, Caribou Coffee, On the Border, Chili's, all those brands. It's just, if you just did that, guys, Groupon, 7%. A lot of you guys use that. Krispy Kreme's, Landry's Restaurants, Land's End. If you just ate out, Logan's Roadhouse, 6%. If you just ate out and went to the movies, you're going to do 20, 30 points in your sleep. Then, of course, the last thing is just common sense again, is, you know what? If you're going to shop on Amazon, how many people shop on Amazon? A lot. So download an Amazon gift card, get 2% points. The biggie Walmart, everybody talks about, hey, now you can get paid to buy your groceries, to buy your milk, to buy your produce. Walmart, it's not a lot, it's 1%, but guys, 1 million people, think about 1 million people, there's 360 million or something in the US. And I think probably almost all families shop at Walmart or somebody in their family. Just 1 million, a percentage of 1% did that. That's a lot of money we can all share at the end of the month. So that's just common sense. Hey, you know what? Buy your gift cards, check here if we have them, and you're going to get paid a lot. So, TrueBox is the fastest way to get from A to B. It's normal price product. Can you find 2 or 3 products that you can put in there every month and forget about it? I would just teach people that. Then, then they've got the brand bucks where they can buy these other brands. You're going to see a lot more brands added, here in the near future. And then gift cards are last, really, to me, is, what? This is just common sense. I was going to do this stuff anyway. If I'm going to go to PF Chang's, why would I not get 8% points? So that's pretty simple. And then if you go to, I want to show you one other thing here, and then we'll talk numbers for you. But if you click on travel, and I'm not going to do it right now because I already did it, but if you clicked on travel, you can put in, really almost any city in the world. And we've got an exclusive deal through Priceline, guys, that, there's multi-billion-dollar companies that have these same deals for their employees, for their credit card holders, et cetera, but they keep the profit. The difference here is when we do it, we not only get up to 60% off a night on hotels, we get 10% back in profit points back to TrueNited that we all split at the end of the month. So I just put in Denver for this weekend, and you can see the savings here. Magnolia Hotel, it's a cool little hotel downtown. If you go to Expedia, it's going to be $224. Our price is $134, so you save $90, and you get 10% points. So you get $13.40. And Marriott Tech Center, Holiday Inn Express, you see the savings here, guys. That's just common sense. But let's just go down. Even if it's the same price, yeah, Ritz downtown, because there's Elway Steakhouse right there, and it's killer, guys. But so there's no discount on the Ritz, but guess what? There is, because we get 10% back. So we would get 33.5 cents back into the pool that we all get to share. So even if it's the same price, you still get a better deal because you get cash back on it. So anyway, let me change the screen here and just show you, how to make $500 a month, 5,000, 50,000. Let's just look at this. And here's what I would ask you to do, guys, is I've always just looked at this as a vehicle. And so I'm going to go through the numbers here, but the real question is, what do you want? And all of us have a desire in us. In fact, I was sharing last night, it's really interesting because if you look at the word desire, it's really from the Latin root of the father, sired by the father, of the sire. And so I just believe this with all my heart. If you have a desire in your heart that I would love to travel more, I would love to give to ministries more, I would love to spend more time with my wife and kids, I would just like to feel this idea of freedom where I don't have to worry about money, and I can wake up and do what I want to do tomorrow, whether it's travel or spend time with family or just have a cup of coffee at 9 a.m., not rushing out, not worried about where I have to go or be, and just be with my family and read a nice book. I don't know what it is. That's what drove me, was freedom, guys, is I wanted to feel unlimited. I wanted to feel free. I wanted to feel successful. I wanted to feel valued. And not that I couldn't as an engineer. I looked at it and I go, man, I'm stuck. I'm sitting here and I'm kind of controlled by where I have to go tomorrow and who I have to see and when I have to wake up. And you've heard all these things, but in my opinion, this is the first time that we've created a vehicle where you don't have to sell anything. You just share this concept. And the only thing you're going to have to get people over is, come on, there's got to be a shoe to drop. What's the catch? There is none. And it's got to become that simple and normal for you. So could you find one person a month that simply wants cash back for things they already do? Of course you can, guys. And I'm just trying to get you to think a little bit differently. And if you desire something in your life to change enough, man, it's easy to go find one person a month. And I would just encourage you, man, if you're not living the life that you really want to live, just it's as simple as changing how you think and where you buy. It's really not any more difficult than that. So watch this. If you, month one, you found one other person that simply wants to get cash back on what they do. So there's 2 people. Month 2, everybody finds one. There's nothing changes. So you have 4 people connected. Month 3, everybody finds one. You got 8, 16, 32. Month 6, everybody finds one. It just doubles again, 64. Month 7, everybody just finds one person, 128. And you get the point. It just doubles when everybody finds one a month. 256, 512, 1,024, 2,048, 4,096. Now, all you did is find one a month for 12 months and taught that person to do the same. If all they did was simply bought gift cards, they didn't buy any other thing, any of the Amazon brands or anything else, they would easily do 30 points. And at 20 cents a point, which is what it's roughly been, which is 4 or 5 times any other thing out there, guys, that's $24,000 a month. Now, could you find one person a month that simply wants cash back on Walmart, Amazon, and eating out for 24 grand a month? I think you know the answer to that. Of course you could. And what you're going to find here is there's no gimmicks. Now, what if they just got serious? They put 2 or 3 items in a true box. They do 100 points in their sleep, guys. Now that's $81,000 a month. That's significant. That's where it starts to be life changing, and it starts to be something where, man, I've actually created a legacy for my wife and kids, for my grandkids, and any of you can do it, guys. And we mean that with all of our heart. It's not difficult. Any of us can teach you how to do it, and it's simply this: if you're not getting the results you want in your life, you don't have to go get a degree. You don't have to get a second job. You don't have to do anything. It's simply change what's going on in your heart, and you're going to automatically get different results. And this is just a simple vehicle that's there's no charge, and it's the first thing ever where you can honestly go, there's no gimmicks. It's just buying what you buy. And then I think we're going to have an incredible couple of years here, guys, where people are going to make more money. A lot of you guys are going to make more money in a month than you used to make all year, and life truly changes for you. And you know what's so cool? Every one of you can do it.